Confinement. Okay, so there's oh, the confinement. Hey Rush, it's Reckless here, and welcome to the Villain in Heroes League episode 1. In this series, we're going to be playing out just some fun decks that I come up with, and then we're going to be obviously playing them in the Heroes League. Now, most of you probably already know my deck pool is extremely limited, as this is the deck I've been currently running, and I've pretty much been running for majority of my Stormbound career, if we're being honest here. And at the same time, if you check here, I'm very close to hitting base health 15. So I've been trying to preserve this base health 14 body as much as I can by min-maxing and simply by not leveling up cards that I should be. But I've come to the realization that by the end of this month, I will be forced to base health 15 pretty soon just because of all the new cards that are coming out and I haven't collected them yet. So instead of just waiting around for that to happen, I've decided that by the end of this episode, I will actually be upgrading some cards. Originally, I was planning on upgrading my Saber Plus level 5 with a ton of fusion stones, but it's kind of wasteful because the season chest might give out some epics. So instead of just wasting my fusion stones, I'll upgrade a card that I actually use, and that way we're gonna be base health 15 by the end of this video. Anyways, let's just get into it. We're sitting at 1,226 crowns, 305, but by the end of this video, I don't expect us to actually have that many crowns. So let's see, we're playing in Shadowfen here, and we get a pretty nice top deck there actually. I'd rather Temple for sure. It's Elliot Louis. So yeah, I'm just saying maybe we'll be able to hit a higher rank than what we are currently, but it's probably unlikely. Anyways, let's just have some fun. Temple the Heart comes out. We're going to get 1616. That's pretty nice. Obviously, it's going to be lower once I start. So like generally you would shade equal here, but I'm trying to look for value right now, and this is a lot more value. So we'll play for something like this. That's going to explode like crazy. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. No matter what, it's going to always have 6. Even if I play like on a tile, I'll always have 6. Instead, I'll rather just better off separating my units, avoid witches, avoid Crimson Sentry. I mean, this does fall into obviously Toxac like here, but I'm still okay with that, I guess, because I mean, what other choice do I have really? There's nothing I could really do. If I had played on the other side, then the same thing would happen, or worse, just like witches or something. So probably better to play like this. Interesting. So this person clearly likes a lot of toads because every single thing on the board is toad. I don't think Devster sees play in this matchup, especially this early, so I'll cycle it out. Bit unfortunate that we don't have like any solid play here. We could also go for a defense on the temple. Kind of down to do that actually. The problem is I don't really like the fact that everything's gonna die to one Toxac. Isn't that just beautiful? Quite literally everything will die to one Toxac. But I guess I'm okay with that. At least expend some mana to end up using a unit. But this Toad will most likely be Toxac or something. We'll see what happens. And obviously my GP will give them a buff as well. Then again, taking damage is completely fine because then Temple starts triggering. Ooh, Kindred's Grace on that one as well. Playing a bit defensive, so we're probably gonna take 5 here. I'm down to take it. That's an interesting deck actually. Impressive. Well, Head Start clearly doesn't see play here. I think so. You could actually play and then cycle, but I kind of want cards now. I mean, I could also just like play defensive. Is that really the way to go? You guys really want me to play defensive? I'm not the defensive type, if I'm being honest. Down to cycle this. Oh man, but I'm getting such good options. Okay, in that case, we'll play something like this instead. You always have Potion, Forgotten Souls potential, but Toxac is coming. Temple will at least give us some base health as long as we don't die here somehow. We could actually die here considering Restless does 2 damage, and I mean Butchers will also consume the Restless, so could quite honestly lose. Could quite honestly lose. Heliotroopers to hit the temple, which is defensively. Bit of a surprise, honestly. See a defensive witches there. I think a part of me is completely down to just play this potion temple and then just hope for the best. Again, temple defensively, of course, because there's no reason to play super aggressive. And yep, we're looking at the Devastator's combo. I mean, assuming we don't die, of course. Temple will definitely see play. Assuming we don't die once again, we're really cutting close to death because Restless Goats is 2 more damage. So one thing that's good is that the Restless isn't actually on the front line. Otherwise, we would quite literally be at 4. But since it's 1 tile back, it would require them to kill my Restless, which they don't. So that's good. Probably going to clear this. 3 strength, yeah, there's no reason not to. We have potential lethal if they can't clear properly, though. GP, okay, never mind. They can probably clear properly. Wait, if they can't clear both... No, it doesn't matter, buffed it. If they can't hit this for... If they poison it, 1 damage... Wow, boys and girls, we just won. Oh, we just won because of Temple. That is disgusting, actually. Quite disgusting. Quite disgusting, if I do say so myself. GG. That was a gross win. Even if they'd use that, the Xur Hatchers to defend, the 1 strength damage, yeah, actually they could have survived, because it would have blocked me. Anyways, I'll take the win, because I'm happy with that. So, let's go. So that's our first win. We'll maybe play just 2 to 3 games here, but that was a good solid win against Shadowfen as well. Temple seeing so much potential in that game. A lot of good work there. So on to the next game. Okay, so this is going to be our second game, and it's against a base of 20 Winter Pact. Obviously you cycle Forgotten Souls early. Now this hand's really, really bad. Very, very bad. So I used to play Shady Ghoul quite aggressively, honestly. I really liked the Shady Ghoul opening, but since we're playing against like max players, this player's Diamond 1, however, but it is going to be a tough matchup. Instead, I'll just play for value, and it looked kind of silly playing in the corner, but honestly, all these kind of situations are mostly for bait, because if I play in the center, they're going to play in the center, and then they will probably take over center, and I don't really want that. So I'm down to just play for value. Oh, 100's Vengeance. I'm actually happy with that. Completely happy with that. We're looking at a Shady Ghoul cycle. Restless Saber sounds good. We're also just looking to cycle into, you know, we have a lot of options here. So this is, ooh, actually, we're going to change up the play a bit. I like doing this play not often, but on a clear board, especially when they just cleared the board for us. I mean, I'm pretty happy just setting this down all the way in the back line. Extremely hard to deal with. You don't have many options. I'm going to defend it with my Restless Goats as well. This will definitely get some value. Trying to make up for the changes they made on this, which used to be 7 strength, but now that has Vitalize, we might as well just try and abuse the Vitalize as much as we can. So this is going to be, yeah, they're obviously going to be thinking, Daniel, I know you're out there. If you're watching this video, this is a tough thing to deal with. 100% think so. Not easy to deal with at all. Buffed GP this early. Yeah, there's not many options, and I'm definitely going to defend whatever you throw at me. So let's see. I don't... in this matchup, you could hold on to Devastators. Okay, honestly, I'll go Saber Paws, actually. Whoa. That's kind of smart. Part of me wishes I had GP now, because then I could have GP Devastators. So that's actually a good way to think about, like, to return the, what's it called? Oh, but we have that. Okay, I don't want to overcommit on this, actually. Icicle Burst exists, and let's not do something like that. So I'm actually happier if the personal servers bounced onto my Restless here. Okay, it didn't bounce onto my Restless here. I mean, Icicle Burst does exist, so cutting a bit tough here, and we also can't even Devastators that, so it's a bit unfortunate. The GP will have to trade into that. They're gonna get a lot of value out of this Frozen Core, so this is gonna be a not so easy game. Devastator's Doppel looks like the play. There's quite a few. Oh, okay, Blade Storm. Not bad. What? Just Blade Storm? What kind of play is this? Like, I wish I could base lock here, but I can't even base lock. Yeah, Devastator's Doppel. There's no reason not to. There's actually a difference between playing Devastators here and Devastators there. And I should have thought about this actually a little bit. There is definitely a difference between playing one or the other. Not entirely sure, honestly. Not entirely sure. It's hard to say, so I can't even calculate that far, but I mean, it's probably like really minimal, the difference. I mean, one difference could be like if they somehow pushed up and then like Void Searchers or Victors, they can take over since it's so close. So it's actually better to separate. I don't really know. Confinement. Okay, so there's the confinement, the Devastators, and not the GP. What? What is going on? What is going on? How much damage is that? Oh man. Oh man. That's tough. That's gotta hurt. So I have potential lethal only with, I think, Restless or Saber. Oh wait, I'm trolling. We have lethal. Okay, amazing. We just won the game. So that's going to take the second game for here. It seems like I'm playing a pretty good role of a villain, not gonna lie. Pretty confident so far. Struck down two heroes. Well, actually, technically, I think this was Daniel, I believe. Yeah, Daniel wasn't actually in Heroes League, but it doesn't matter because we're in Heroes League, so we're the ultimate villain. Okay, so on to the third game. Okay, so here's the actual villain. The actual hero. Base health 19, Ironclad Flyer. Honestly, this deck is pretty bad against Ironclad, I'd say. I think it's just the levels though. Like, I can just get, this deck gets destroyed against Ironclad pretty easily just because Ironclad has a lot of value cards. It can completely outvalue me despite having Temple and stuff. It just doesn't matter. Like Scrap Planners, for example, that card just demolishes everything. So, I mean, we'll see how this game goes. Oh no, it's gonna be a hard game. Destructobots turn 1. Destructobots turn 1. So you can cycle this. Okay, worst comes to worst, I'll probably have to Devastators that. Believe it or not. That's the worst situation. Bad situation is like Doppel top deck. I don't see any other ideal situation here. Because if I top deck GP, then personal server cycle is kind of bad. Yeah, Devastators is just the only play. So we're already off to a bad start, but that's alright. We'll have to make use of something. Once we set down Temple, at least like linked golems cannot connect. I guess that's one benefit if they intend to play linked golems this turn. Even if they play it 4 mana. If they play Scrap Planners, the game's over. Okay, Warfront, let's go. Okay, the game's not over yet. Sweet. If they played Scrap Planners, the game was actually over. Devastators is pretty terrible against Scrap Planners. Even Temple, so bad. All these cards are just out of range to even kill the Scrap Planner after the trigger. Because at 7 strength, we can't even deal with it. So, pretty terrible, not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, there's not much going for us here, to tell you the truth. I think I'm fine with... Yeah, I think I'm fine with this, and I'll actually play Temple here, which looks a little bit silly, but at least getting 1 trigger is fine by me. If you guys actually do the math on this, it's quite insane. Like, we're taking away 2 base health from them. That's 2 damage, which you think about, like, if you do that compared to Mischiefs, like, that's a lot of damage. And then you're also healing 2, which is quite a lot. And then on top of that, we have the body. So for 3 mana, it's probably like worth 10. I guess you can say 10 strength. Like, it's quite... Honestly, that's completely fine by me. Take the damage. Wait. This is such a rookie mistake. Okay, so now our goal in this game is survive. Literally just survive. Defend this as with all your life and you can probably win. That's our only goal right here. I want to save Restless for next turn. It's a bit ambitious just playing it like for here for no reason at all. I mean, unless I want to clear, like full clear. Nah, I don't really want full clear. I'm down to play with a potion. Pretty strong anyways. I mean, it's not easy to deal with this anyways. I'm down to play more mana efficient. There's a lot of reasons why it's better. And plus I am allowing this to take 2 damage, so I'm happy with that. Defend the temple, that's all we have to do. Survive, and then we actually can win. See how this goes. If we do the math right now, we're 6 health difference. We'll be at 13, they'll be at 15. With the Restless Goats, we're gonna both balance at 13. So this is actually quite beautiful how they use FM aggressively and they're gonna get like 0 value out of it. That's pretty smart. The GP will bounce there, but we're going to clear it. So we have a solid clear here. Like I said, we're probably gonna balance out at 15. Looks like that's what's gonna happen. Honestly, it's kind of to the point where I want a Restless first. Restless is just such a good card in this deck. So I'll Restless first, I'll cycle after. Yeah, there's nothing better, so we're down to just set back front line. We can play Doppel in front of Temple. Yeah, guess we're okay to do that. It takes up all the space on the board as well. Like not all, but most of it. Does a good job taking up the space on the board. Defends our Temple. Like I said, we're gonna balance at 13, just like I called it. And at this point, the game's not gonna be so easy for the enemy. All we have to do is cycle Forgotten, probably play down another Temple, and we'll go from there. I mean, we're looking at either GP top deck or a 2 mana card, and both would be quite amazing. 2 mana card or GP top deck would be really nice. This doesn't see play here because they're not at the range to be completely destroyed yet. Saber Paws, ambitious in my opinion. Playing aggressively when you're already playing against a Temple deck. Going more aggressive. If GP doesn't come out, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, GP has to come out. In that case, we can just devastate our servers. Probably. Or we can just win the whole game, I guess. In that case, I will Devastators first, prototypes, and then servers after, because that way it's going to hopefully buff that. Let's go buff that. We'll also get the buff on this. I'm a little bit worried of Hysteria, however. That's kind of why I played my weakest unit to kill that. I mean, realistically, there was no better card anyways, but that's my idea behind why I kind of wanted to. It's like good an advantage to having this a little bit weaker anyways. Hysteria does see play. I mean, if they can't deal with this, we just win. And if they can, then we have Temple, Potion, cycle this because Doppel's just better here. Honestly, if I'm being honest, we haven't played Shady Ghoul like in a long time. I think this is not the greatest card when you don't have the cards to back it up. Like, it just at level 1, it's kind of difficult to pull off, but I've been able to pull it off before, just not, it's not that easy. So this is going in. When this goes in, how much damage does that do? Does 9. So they're at 6, right? Wow. Them being at 6 complicates the game. Because if I top deck Restless Goats now, I win with Shady Ghoul. And in that case, I actually don't want... I guess part of me doesn't want to see Temple, no? I'd rather see Potion. I think so. So we don't get the card we want, but it's still fine. This is 4... So we can't even finish, we can't even get a perfect hand, but I think this is still completely okay. Completely winning. Here to here. And then Potion. Windmaker sees play. Ooh, Windmaker sees play. Windmaker sees play no matter where I position this actually. Right? Yeah, if I position at the bottom one, they can Windmaker the top. If I position the top, then at least it's a little bit harder. You have to make some kind of adjustments to get both of them. So, and there's our Restless Goats. So I think we have lethal here as long as we don't die somehow. I mean, realistically, we shouldn't be able to die somehow here. Restless Goat Shady Ghoul is the lethal. I'm sorry, but I think I've secured the title of the best villain here. Yeah, Windbreakers comes out here and we win the game. We win the game. Oh, FM and better. FM. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this video showcased my deck at least quite a bit. We're actually gonna win with the Shady Ghoul because I want to know how many of you in Heroes League have actually died to a level 1 Shady Ghoul before in your lifetime. And that's pretty much going to close out the video. Let's just see what rank we are sitting at now. Pretty clean games, pretty happy with everything that came out. And like I said, we're the villain. We're the villain in the Heroes League for right now. Oh, I have one more thing actually, I almost forgot. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, we're going to force ourselves to base health 15. This is very sad for me to say, honestly. I've been base health 14 for who knows, maybe a year now, and we're going to force ourselves by upgrading this bad boy, our level 1 Shady Ghoul, as much as we can. Let's see how far we can go. It's quite sad, honestly. And there we go, we're at base health 15 now. As you can see here, base health 15, boys and girls. I don't even know what to say. It's kind of weird. It's a little bit weird to be base health 15. I don't know how I feel, but let me know what do you guys think about this series. We're going to be playing out with all kinds of different decks very soon. Just you wait, and I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. So hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. Peace.